Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. Today we're going to go over some big news and also talk about how the market is continuing to move higher. We're doing really good here. We're actually seeing yet another big breakout day across the market, a lot of green, and this is exactly what we wanted to see, right? I actually have been very accurate with my predictions over the past couple days and how this breakout came about. So just take a look at my previous videos if you don't believe me. But the reason why this is important is this is basically confirming that we're entering the bullish phase again, right? Because we've been in a downtrend up until now, and we weren't able to get these continuous green days. Now this is finally happening, like back in the day where we were able to see several up days in a row and really making some good progress. Obviously, there's going to be bumps along the road, and we will pull back here and there. But I think that at this point, we're going to be heading back to some of those big numbers like 1,000 for Ethereum, maybe 300 for Litecoin, kind of reaching those maybe levels right before those previous all-time highs. And let's go ahead and get into some news here. So Binance announced that they're going to be working on a fiat to crypto exchange and trading pairs. And the idea behind this is that it's going to make other cryptocurrencies less dependent on Bitcoin, and especially Bitcoin doing well. So that's something that's going to be very important as far as long-term stabilization in the crypto market, is that we don't want cryptos to be fully interconnected, right? We want, if certain cryptos doing well, that they don't have to wait on Bitcoin to do well to move up. That's kind of the idea behind that, and Binance making steps towards that, even though everything isn't clear on how they're going to go about this as of right now. It's definitely going to be a good thing in the long term. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency market updates. Link to that in the description of this video, and make sure to check out my cryptocurrency buying opportunities as well as my 5 high return cryptocurrencies for your 2018 portfolio. And with that being said, let's jump right into the technical analysis. So as you can see, we are bouncing off both our long-term uptrend line and our short-term uptrend line on the Bitcoin chart. Indicators still doing great here, moving higher. And if we take a look at the Bollinger Bands, we're still expanding towards the upside, middle band coming back up as well. So I think that within the next trading day, we're going to move above $8,500 and really make our way towards $9,000 within the next few days. Hopefully even get back above that and start moving towards $10,000 within the next week. Maybe 2 weeks at the most here, but really we should be moving pretty quick here. Bitcoin didn't even really get that much of a breakout actually compared to other cryptocurrencies. So it definitely still has room to move higher here. Let's go over to Ethereum, and Ethereum is looking great. We broke above $550 and we're really in for another move higher here. I think we're going to go all the way up to $600, $700 even without much resistance at all. And even once we reach $700, we could pretty quickly reach that $764 resistance level. So I think that we're going to get yet a few more breakout days, maybe even fully above the Bollinger Band, right? Some kind of breakout like we had back here, basically. May take less days than over here, but really going up to $700 pretty quickly with a breakout above the upper Bollinger Band for a few days seems pretty likely at this point. Indicators showing no signs of slowing down. Let's take a look next at Litecoin, see what's going on. So Litecoin was in a bit of a different situation compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it's actually gaining quite a bit of momentum. Indicators really starting to take off. Great buying volume here. We're starting to move above that $145 mark, which is very significant. Now, anywhere between $145 and $165 is a little bit of a resistance / consolidation area, but that doesn't mean that we're going to start to slow down significantly or anything like that. I think we're going to go and test that $165 mark pretty soon here within the next few days, get kind of a breakout again. And then we might pull back, get a bit of consolidation, and hopefully we'll be able to move back pretty quickly from there, start moving towards $200 after that. Let's take a look at Nano, which wasn't doing great just a few days ago, but now it really was able to take off with the rest of the market, and we're back above 80,000 Satoshis, which is exactly what I predicted. At this point, I think it's just a matter of a few more days, maybe a week or so, before we'll be back towards $100,000, could very well even be above that within the next 2 weeks, and then it's going to be the climb back into that 100,000 Satoshi range. So I think we're going to do just fine here for Nano, and like I said, next stop is that 100,000 Satoshi level. Want to make sure we can get back above that, but I don't see why we couldn't. Let's take a look at Ripple next, see what's going on. So we're going to go over to the Bittrex chart, and Ripple is getting a breakout above its upper Bollinger Band with the Bollinger Bands expanding. Indicators looking very strong here. We're going very quickly up towards that 70 line on the RSI. I think that we're going to go up to probably $1 here on this breakout until we pull back a bit. So wouldn't be surprised to see it, test that around that dollar mark and then pull back a little bit, maybe to 84 cents, get a bit of consolidation in. But here we're still looking very strong on the Ripple chart. Let's take a look next, and I should also mention that getting back above $1, right, even though that may not happen the first time we test that $1 mark, is going to be very significant. Those big round numbers are always key as far as really a bullish breakout is concerned. So let's take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be NEO is up next. So we're going to go over to the NEO chart and let's see what's going on. So right now NEO is slowly but surely continuing this short-term uptrend, and we're testing that $75 mark. We are facing a bit of resistance from that level, which was expected. We're back above the 60 line on the RSI. I think that we are going to be able to hold above this short-term uptrend line, and we are facing some resistance from that upper Bollinger Band. So we could be in a pretty tight, channel here, but we should be able to move higher within this channel. And I think, we're just going to have to go through levels here, $85, $100. Within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I think we will get a test of $100 again. Let's take a look at Stellar Lumens next and see what's going on. So right now, Stellar is looking pretty good. We did break above that 4,500 Satoshi level with great buying volume like we have had over the past few days. Indicators really just a huge breakout here. We are even maybe a little bit overextended, and we can see that we have this longer upper candlestick wick, which usually means that buyers weren't able to sustain those higher prices just yet. And we also broke above fully the upper Bollinger Band. This is a very hard move to sustain, so I do think we're going to pull back here just a bit to at least this blue uptrend line, and then from there we should already be ready to move back up towards 5,000 Satoshis, but I think we are in for a little bit of a pullback here just because we're just overextended, to be quite honest, in the short term. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it just took off a little bit too much compared to the rest of the market and for its chart. I don't think it's going to slow down that much, but a little bit of a pullback is needed here in my opinion. Let's take a look next at Vertcoin and see what's happening. So Vertcoin is currently slowly but steadily inching higher. We're trying to get closer to $3.23. Our Bollinger Bands indicator slowly moving higher as well. I think that we're just going to continue this slight uptrend over the next week or so until we're able to get back above $3.23, and then maybe we'll even get a little bit more of a breakout once we reach that level. Let's take a look at Lisk and see what's going on. So we're going to go over to the Bittrex chart, and Lisk is getting very close to that $12.15 resistance level. Our indicators are all looking great here, very steady, consistent uptrend on all three. And as for the Bollinger Bands, middle band, uptrending, those are coming back up as well, expanding on the Bollinger Bands. Now, what I did mention is the end of our symmetrical triangle formation is at around $12.15. So that's currently where we're trading right now. What that means is we're either going to get a bit of a breakout to our downtrend line and then pull back towards this $12.15 level, or the best case scenario is that we're just going to get a very nice breakout above $12.15 and then test that downtrend line and maybe even break above that and move higher from there. We'll have to see what happens, but I do think we are going to be testing that downtrend line within the next 2 weeks. Let's take a look next at our next crypto, which is going to be, next up is Cardano. So let's see what's been going on. Cardano is now gaining some momentum again. It needed to slow down a bit because it did get a pretty significant move higher, and it looks like it's already ready to make some more progress again. So I think that we're going to be trading along higher right on top of the upper Bollinger Band like we did back here. And next stop is going to be 4,000 Satoshis. I think we will start to slow down there a bit. That is a pretty big resistance level. May even get up to 5,000 Satoshis, but somewhere near 4,000, 5,000 Satoshis, we're probably going to need to put in a little bit of consolidation because we are already very high on the indicators, right? The RSI is above the 70 line. So for now, we're still looking good, but once we dip back below that 70 line, it's probably going to be an indication that we'll need to put in a little bit of consolidation and just take a bit of a breather. Let's take a look at our last cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update, which is going to be IOTA, and see what's going on. So IOTA is breaking out higher now above $1.63. It looks like it could get back above the 70 line on the RSI. Indicators looking good. We have expanding Bollinger Bands, especially that upper Bollinger Band, right, leaving a lot of room for prices to move higher, and we could even start to trade on top of that Bollinger Band. But once we reach $2, we'll have to see how it acts around there. We could slow down a little bit, pull back, or we could manage to break above that. That's what we want to see, of course. And I think we'll just have to gauge the strength once we reach that $2 mark. But we'll see. If we do see that we're starting to not really slow down at $2, I think we'll very quickly get back to $2.63 before we take a bit of a breather, because we do have a pretty big gap there. So definitely an opportunity to move higher. With that being said, this is the end of this daily crypto update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.